The Rio Grande Big Bird, sometimes known as the Texas Big Bird, is the name given to a flying cryptid that was sighted over the Rio Grande Valley area of South Texas in 1976. Witnesses didn't describe it as a tall yellow TV bird though. Instead, they described it as being at least 15 feet in length, featherless, a long beak or snout, leather bat-like wings and a monkey-like face. Some witnesses didn't think it was that big, placing the size at closer to 3 to 5 feet in length. They also reported it looking more bird-like but still frightening. Also, in typical cryptid fashion, it was reported that the eyes glowed red. All of the reports were made in January until February 1976, a span of about 45 days. It hasn't been reported since that time outside of a few questionable reports that seem to have been aimed to reboot the legend for one reason or another. The first sighting was on New Year's Day. Tracy Lawson and a cousin, Jackie Davies, were playing outside just before dark when they encountered the creature. The flying monster gave a shrill screech and flew away. The next day, some adults and their family investigated. They reported seeing odd three-toed tracks that were 9 inches wide and 12 inches long. It was also noted that the family dog stayed inside of its doghouse, refusing to leave it, except to eat. On the evening of January 7, police officer, Arturo Padilla, saw something in the headlights of his cruiser. It appeared to be a huge bird. A few minutes later, another officer, Homer Galvin, saw a large black silhouette flying in the area. Padilla said that it more or less looked like a stork or pelican type of bird and that it had a wingspan of about 15 feet or so. Another witness on the 7th, Alvarico Guajardo, encountered the cryptid. He told police he heard something sounding like a sandbag hit the corner of his mobile home. Guajardo grabbed a knife and went out to investigate. He then was surprised by the flying creature that he described as standing at least 4 feet tall with large eyes, folded wings and a face like a bat. The beast retreated after a standoff. On the evening of January 14, Armando Grimaldo reported that while he was out walking he heard a sound like a bat's wings flapping. Suddenly, large talons grabbed him from behind and tore his shirt. He said that it was a bird-like creature with red eyes and a monkey-like face. In contrast to other reports, he said it had no beak. During the following weeks, several school teachers witnessed the strange bird. They also said it had a large wingspan, perhaps 12 to 15 feet across. One of the teachers said the creature resembled a science textbook drawing of a pterosaur. Another said that it looked like a flying rhea, a species of flightless bird native to South America. One of the unique features of this cryptid event was the so-called monkey-like or bat face described by some witnesses. More often cryptid flyers are reported as having pterosaur or avian-like features. So, what's the most likely explanation for this creature? When we look at the evidence, the chief suspect is a large South American stork known as the jabiru. This bird is quite large with males having a wingspan of around 12 feet. While these birds are relatively rare and there is no native population in Texas or northern Mexico, they have been displaced northward by storms. The 1975 hurricane season saw 4 major storms in the Gulf of Mexico. 1. Hurricane Caroline clipped the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico where a small population of jabiru live. The storm then turned north, eventually making landfall near Brownsville, Texas. This storm could have forced one or more birds north. It is also possible that it could have been another large native bird seen under unusual circumstances. So far as bats go, the largest bat species native to the area has a wingspan of only around 18 inches, much too small unless witnesses were greatly exaggerating. So, it's most likely this was simply a sighting of a lost stork that was trying to survive in an unfamiliar area. I can't really blame the witnesses too much though. Seeing a large stork or crane up close can be a bit scary, even more so if they catch you unaware. If you ever see a flying cryptid, take a good look and make sure you are really seeing something unworldly. You might just be seeing a large bird you don't see that often in your area, perhaps in low light or odd situations. What are your thoughts on this sighting? A flying cryptid or just a stork seen under odd circumstances? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and check out our other videos about cryptid creatures and paranormal events in the southeastern US.